Hey, how's it going, guys? Today is April 12th, 1:14 p.m. here on the East Coast. Trying to get these vlogs done a little bit earlier in the day, especially before I have class. But I did want to talk about this vlog's going to be about enjoying the simple things. Um, and I'll give you an example because this happened to me yesterday, and I like to kind of briefly touch on the course of my day that I encountered yesterday in the current vlog. So, and it kind of makes me tie into enjoying the simple things in life. So me and my wife were out at some various appointments, trying to run some errands and take care of some things. During the course of the day, we ended up going by these outlets. In these outlets, we went into a store that I wouldn't typically go into. It was a shoe store, but not like one that I would go into, for a lack of better words. So as we go into the store, I'm not thinking to find anything. I'm more so looking for stuff for my daughter, which kind of intrigued us to walk into the store. So we did find a couple things for our daughter, but we ended up finding some shoes for me as well, some work shoes. It's a particular style that my wife has kind of been trying to get me into for quite some time, but we never been able to find a shoe that quite fit or quite look appealing to me and her both. So as we're walking around, we see this shoe, and as we're looking through the clearance section, we end up finding a shoe. So that I liked a lot. Unfortunately, it wasn't in my size, but I did try it on, and I need a. I'm going to be using these shoes for work as well. So as I'm trying the shoes on, I noticed that I really like them. I like the style. I like how they fit. They're a little big, but I do like the comfortability of them. They have a very good sole in the shoe. And I need that. I've been having some knee problems from standing at work, and it just aggravates the knee problems if I don't have good shoes. So I've been trying to find some good but decent looking shoes as well. Obviously, you can get comfort sometimes, but it comes at the expense of the way the shoes look, and sometimes they end up being much more expensive too. So the fact that we found these shoes was pretty exciting. I was a little let down that they didn't have it in my size, but then I went to go find out if they could order them, which they could. So I'll tell you a couple different things that lined up for me yesterday. And looking back, as I say this all the time, is when you can connect the dots. So you can't necessarily see them looking forward, but looking back, you can connect the dots. So one, I went into a store that I don't typically go into. Two, I ended up finding a shoe that I really liked. Three, it had a comfortable sole that I wasn't anticipating that type of shoe to have. Four, they were able to get it for me in my size and deliver it to my house free of charge. Um, and all these different things I was laying, and five, it was on clearance. So all these different things I was laying out to my wife, and I was just, so excited that all those different things lined up, and it happened to be, just going into a chance encounter at a store where I wouldn't typically go into. I do shop for my daughter's shoes there, but I typically don't get shoes from there, hardly ever. But you never know. You got to keep your options open, and I know that particularly looking for a specific type of shoe for work, and it's got to be good inside and outside of work, and then comfortable as well. So for me to find all these different things in the shoe that I was looking for just made me appreciate the little things in life. Sometimes things line up and act purposely for you. And I was thinking I had a couple different other variations of style in my size there, but I particularly liked this black one that I was looking at. But I was just so excited that they ended up finding it in my size and able to ship it to my house. So I was really excited about that, really excited that the shoe was on clearance, and like I said, that it was comfortable fitting and we liked the way it looked. So I was really excited for that, and it really made me appreciate, like I said, the small things in life. You never know what chance encounters you have on a day-to-day basis, and I was just so overwhelmingly excited for such a simple and could be pointless to some people. And some people wouldn't find the excitement, but I did find the excitement, and I did appreciate something as little as a new pair of shoes in my life that I didn't necessarily need at that point. I had been searching for quite some time, but Again, I like to think that I'm not an impulse buyer because I probably could have got another pair of shoes, but would it have been as nice and as comfortable and as fitting as these shoes are? And there was just so many other things that these shoes that I ended up waiting. And that's another thing to correlate into this talk is sometimes don't pressure yourself into buying something that isn't perfect for you. I've gotten to a point in my life when I go shopping now, when it's for like clothes and stuff that I don't necessarily need, because I have plenty of clothes, plenty of shoes. People can, my mom vouches for me sometimes that I have more shoes than my wife sometimes. And then I'm the type to collect shoes since I've been in high school. I have the same shoes that I've worn in high school just because I take care of my stuff. And I don't like to throw things out that I invested a lot of money in unless I wear them out. The more constant shoes that I wear out that are replaceable, like Chuck Taylors and Vans and stuff, I will throw those out because I wear them out. But other shoes like collectibles that I've collected over time, I don't necessarily throw those out, and then they end up, just sitting in my closet for long periods of time. But it's more of like a collection type of thing. And what I notice is that, circling back to being happy for the little things in life, I didn't necessarily need another pair of shoes. I was looking for it, but I didn't act on impulse and buy it. But I waited around till I found the perfect thing. And like I was trying to describe, that I do wait now whenever I see something or whenever I go shopping when it's for materialistic type stuff, that I end up waiting until I find something that I absolutely love. And that I feel like it's too good a deal to pass up. Most of the times I shop in the clearance section now because a majority of the time you'll find stuff that is not in clearance that you'll like, but to me it's so much more valuable, believe it or not, if it's in the clearance section. And because anybody could pay retail for it. If you have the patience to wait for it to go on clearance and then you find something that you really, really like, then to me it becomes much more valuable at that point. It becomes you get a certain type of attachment to it that you wouldn't have if you just would have bought it off retail. And I typically don't buy materialistic type of things off retail anymore, and I typically don't buy a lot of clothes or anything like that whenever I go shopping unless I absolutely love it. I try to live as simply as possible, and the collection of clothes can add to some clutter that I'm not a particular fan of. But I did want to caveat onto this. I just thought of something that I noticed this in both of my marriages, and I noticed this in having female friends, girlfriends, partners, and just when it comes to women sometimes and going out. I find it interesting that whenever like me and my wife go out, or me and a friend that's been a girl in the past go out, or we go out to, let's say we have an event we have to go to, right? And the event's happening this weekend, or we just make plans to go out for tomorrow night. I promise you, it seems as if women have no clothes in their closet. Even though they just might have bought an outfit last week, they can't wear that same outfit twice in a row, and I get that. But what about the outfit they bought the week before that they didn't wear last week? And it seems like every time that I tend to go out with women, that they end up having to buy a new outfit as if their closet isn't full of clothes. And I find that interesting and kind of comical in a sense that and I notice this a lot with like I said, my wife, my ex-wife, and some girls that I've been with in the past, even some people that I haven't necessarily been like in a relationship with, but I've just seen them on even family members, and what do I call it, like sister-in-laws and things of that nature, that they, whenever they have an event coming up, and it could be minor or major. I get the major events and maybe buying something for a major event, like going to a wedding, you may want to buy a nice dress. I get that. But when it comes to your average outing, your average date night, it seems as if that they have to purchase a new set of clothing. and there's something there that I haven't quite figured out, but I did find it interesting. If you guys want to leave me comments on your thoughts on that, especially from the women and maybe a guy's perspective as well, as to what you think, or if it happens in your life. If women tend to buy clothes on almost every outing, or at least every other outing, that they tend to buy clothes. Now, if you're talking about average stuff like going to run errands or do groceries, obviously they're not going to buy an outfit for that. I'm talking about the more like, let's go out and have some drinks, or let's go out to a party, or things that are a little bit more than just your casual outing, like running errands or doing groceries, stuff like that. Obviously, um, some of the relationships I've been in, women will obviously wear clothes that they have in their closet. But when it comes to going out and being in front of other people in a setting where it's almost like you get noticed for what you're wearing, it seems that women tend to spend a little bit more money on their outfits than men do. And I don't, I'm not criticizing it. I'm just saying that I notice it, and I do find it interesting when it comes to that. So I just wanted to caveat to that. But again, the purpose of this talk is to appreciate the small things in life, no matter how small, how they line up for you. Just appreciate the small things and the great things that happen in your life. You'll have much more appreciation for them. So that'll be it for today's vlog. I did finally hit the hump of 60 subscribers. I'm still trying to get to 75 by the end of the month. That was my goal originally, and I do still think that I can get there. So I have faith in people subscribing to my channel, seeing, watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. I appreciate everything that you guys do to keep me going, and I will keep posting these vlogs if you guys keep watching. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys on the next one.